Hello my students, welcome back to this great day to a new tutorial. Today I want us to concentrate on how to create a vase. A vase is something that we create using a method called raything. Raything is a method by which you create objects by rotating them about a horizontal axis. You can decide to have a 90 degrees, 360, and remember 360 is something that is rounded. Now, under revolve, we have several parameters. Let's open our new drawing, new object. We first start with our 2D, where we write project 23272. That will help us to see the 2D around here. Let's go to parameters. For today, I don't want us to work on anything around here. I'll just do using the measurements that we'll be taking. And then we go to 3D. Under 3D, as usual, we need the pen, we need the material, we'll need to have the subroutines, and like we've always done, we start with 100, finish with return, and that's all for today. Let's define first the pen and the material. Come here, let this be pen 2D, 2D contour pen. Remember, this is a pen. I always like working with number 81. Let's have body mat. This is a surface, body. We are creating a vase. Let's create a very colorful vase. Let's choose some nice paint. I'm always attracted to paint red oxide. Pen is this, and the surface is body mat. We also need to define a third item called the Torah. The Torah is responsible for smooth curves. Wherever you have a smooth curve, it will always give you a very smooth curve, and for the best results I always use 0.0001. The item that I want us to create is what you can see here. In raything, all we need is half of the object, and we need to define a few things. This will be our center point, and then we'll go clockwise until we get this place. I forgot to remember this is open at the top, so we need to finish at this point. Let me define how we do raything. And raything, we use what we call REVOLVE, which has the following parameters: n, alpha, mask, then x, y, and then si. In this revolve, n determines the number of points that we'll use to create that object. Alpha is the angle of rotation, that is in terms of degrees, can be 30, 80, 360 if you want. And then we go to the mask. Mask controls the existence of the top and bottom. XY gives the coordinates of each and every point. And we finish with SI, the status of latitudinal arcs. 0 means latitudinal arcs starting from node are all visible. So it's all about visibility. Let's get started. One thing that we need to know, whenever you're doing revolve, you don't start from the exact center, 0, 0. And for your information, the end value, this one, must be more or equal to 2. You can't have 1 point, it has to be more than 2 points. And then the y value can never be 0. That's why I'm saying you cannot have your starting point here. It has to be somewhere far away a bit, and that defines the y. That's why we are saying y can never be 0. So for us, I want us to start at this point. Let's start. Our first point in terms of x and y. So I write this. Let's comment this one and have the right thing. So revolve. The number of points will be determined once we are finished. For now, let's put 5. Alpha, I want 360. And for the mask, we said it controls the existence of bottom and top. I don't want the top to be visible, so I'll use code 48. And then that's our points. Our first point is x will be 0 and the y will be 1. And whenever you are not using the parameters or variables that you normally use, we will now be working with meters, and this is just 1 millimeter converted into millimeters divided by 1000. So you have 0, 0 like that. And then for the SI value, we just have 0 so that you can be able to see the edges. The edges will be visible. That's point number 1. We go to the second point, which is here. Again, our x is 0, but for y, let me use the measurements. For y, it's 0.036, right? 0, that's the first point, 0.036. Always make sure that you don't use a comma instead of a point. That one leads to errors. That point is done, delete. Let's do our third point is here. Let's use this one. Come here, should be there. 136 versus 136, 0.87. 0.136, 0.087, and then a status of 0. 0.87. Let me confirm it's correct. Let's undo those ones. Let's do a comma. Let's do the curve. Whenever you have a curve, the first thing to do is to look for the center of this curve and get the x and y values. The x and y values, let me draw lines. This is the center. This should be here. Yes, there. Let's get the values. Again, come here, get this point. 0.146 and 41. 0.146 and 0.046. Let me confirm. 0.41. 0.41. Whenever we are doing an arc, we use a status of 915. And then now the curve itself. The curve will need the radius, the degrees, and then the status. The radius of this curve is 0.046. 146, this is it. Copy. 0.046. 046, sorry. Like that. And then get the angle is 72 degrees. And then a status of 4015. We need to check the direction in which the curve is being created. Our curve is being created from left to the right. And whenever you're doing a curve from left to the right, the angle is always given a negative. This is 15, sorry. That is done. This brings us to this point. So this is catered for. We need this other point down here. Let's get the measurements. So it's up to here, 200 and 0.48. 0.200, 0.048, and a status of 0. Confirm 0.48, 200, that's done. We do now, let's highlight what has been done in a different color. That is already sorted. We come here, again the same drill as the first one. We get the center. Let me draw the lines here. Let me check it's correct. Again, look for the center. 220, 080. Can now copy these two first items. Right, 20 and 80. Let's get the radius and the angle. 0.38. The radius is 0.38. Angle is 65. And then we ask ourselves, which direction is this curve being created? It's being created from right to the left because it's going anti-clockwise. This should be positive. This is done. We do the other point here. Remove this. Look for the x value. 261.64. 261.64. 0.000. This is done. Then again we do the last point here. Look for the center. Cross check it's correct. Look for the center point. It's here. To 68.56. Copy these 2 points. 268 versus 56. 56. Let's get the radius and the angle. Radius 0.10. Let's get the angle. It's 109. Again the same question. What is the direction of creation of this angle? It's clockwise, so left to right needs a negative. And it happens that this is the last point, so remove this comma, and then we calculate the number of points that we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's up 11 there. And then on top of here, so that you can see what we've created, light go sub 100, and you see, let's check the 3D. You see, my magic. This is magic, pure magic. We need one last item. You can see it's lying on the horizontal because surfaces that are revolved need to be on the XY plane, and the raything is always on the X plane. We need to rotate this. We need to provide a transformation to make it stand upright. We will do, this time it's rotate Y 90. And remember to delete because it's a transformation. Delete 1. Let's check it out. Oh, sorry, it's lying on the face down. You need to do negative here. Yes, that's our flower vase. And we are done with our lesson. Before we finish, always don't forget to do the Torah. Let's comment the Torah. You see the difference? You see the number of lines that make the curve reduce. And this is more broken now. You can even see it's more broken. Let me put the Torah on. You see, it's more curved. Thanks for your time. Hope you enjoyed these lessons, and this will help you to come up with designs that are specific for your project. Thanks. Enjoy your time.